GM, welcome to not a normal episode of the Solfate Podcast. Normally on this podcast, we talk with founders and builders in the Solana ecosystem, but we're not doing that this week because BreakPoint's happening. Like BreakPoint, it's happening. Let's go. So we're not doing a normal episode this week. It's a bit of a disservice for the community and to our guest. Our next guest is Brian Long, CEO and co-founder of Triton. Awesome conversation. And instead of doing our normally scheduled episode this week, I just want to talk about a couple of the talks and some of the things that are going on at BreakPoint in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, James and I, neither of us are going to be in Amsterdam at BreakPoint this year. But nonetheless, I'm going to be watching every single one of the talks as much as I can. And in fact, myself and Jacob Creech from the Solana Foundation, he's head of developer relations, and we're going to be doing a bunch of Twitter spaces immediately after, so probably around 2 p.m. Eastern, every single day of the conference to kind of recap some of the things that have happened. So just look out for those on Twitter. But if you're at BreakPoint or if you're at home, like, you can still enjoy all the amazing talks that are coming up. There's so many good talks that I started to build a list of which ones I wanted to talk about very quickly in this episode. And I realized there's just too many. Every single one of them is just so good. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of quick ones. And the first one naturally is like the kickoff of the conference. You've got Anatoly, Austin Federa, Dan Albert, and Amira Veliani. And they're all going to be on stage. They're going to kick off the conference. And spoiler alert, there's going to be a big announcement that developers are going to be really happy about. So definitely check that one out. It's the opening ceremony. Who's not going to be there? And some of the other ones that are super interesting is Token 22, John Chinque, who's basically the primary developer behind it. He's going to talk about where it's been, where it's going. And I just so much appreciate the sweet name of his talk. Token 22 in 2023 will define 2024. I'd like that so much. Some of the other great talks to look out for is Nicholas, the co-founder and COO of Helios, is going to be giving a talk about compression, and that one's going to be really great. And like him and Helios have been really taking the forefront, and Triton as well. They've been doing so much work on compressed NFTs and state compression. One of the other ones that you should definitely check out, there's going to be one on main stage with the head of CBDC and protocols at Visa. You know, the whole ecosystem in the blockchain world kind of went into a bit of a frenzy when Visa announced some Solana integrations and Solana work that they're going to be doing. So there's going to be someone from Visa on stage talking with Shiraz from Solana Foundation. That's going to be a great chat, I'm sure. And some of the other interesting ones, there's one reflecting on the year is what it's titled. And this one's actually super interesting because Venta, this company that's building vending machines, like physical vending machines, there's vending machines all over the BreakPoint campus, and you can actually use Solana Pay with these physical vending machines. That is so incredibly cool. You got someone from Decaf as well and the Monstre team, and that one's going to be a great one. And also on the first day, one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to is a chat with Nasir Yassin and Akshay from the Solana Foundation. I've met Akshay in person. I've met Nasir in person, and Nasir is, if you don't know him, he's part of Nas Daily. He's like the face of Nas Daily. That's his company, and oh my goodness, he is such an incredible public speaker and creative. That's going to be a really great conversation, especially if you're a creative in the space or if you're interested in doing more types of not necessarily directly development work, but things like, you know, creating YouTube channels, creating content online, and what that looks like for non-blockchain native people. That's going to be a really great one. And probably the next two I would say are Program Runtime V2. I've gotten the unique opportunity as a member of the Solana Foundation team. I've gotten some looks into what Runtime V2 is and how it's going to work, and that one's going to be a really great talk. And along those same lines is Stephen Lucier is going to introduce the new Web3.js. It's been talked about for a long time now. It's if I'm not mistaken, Stephen is going to announce official release candidate status for the new Web3.js. So definitely be on lookout for that. Armani is going to be on stage a couple of times. He's going to announce whatever the crap backpack is been working on this Project X, as they've been calling it on Twitter. That's going to be great. Austin Federa is going to do a validated episode with Rune. He's one of the people from MakerDAO. I believe he's the founder or creator of MakerDAO, which is just wild. Rune has been talking about switching to Solana or using a Solana-esque type of system within whatever they're working on there. So that's going to be great. And then the hackathon. Hyperdrive Hackathon is over. Winners haven't been announced, but guess what? Winners are going to be announced on stage. So definitely look out for that. Maddie Taylor is going to be announcing those, and we're going to find out who won the Hyperdrive Global Hackathon. There were over 900 submissions to the hackathon. I've personally gotten a chance to look through about 300 of them, and there's some really, really top-notch projects that were built during the hackathon. And let's find out, and let's watch BreakPoint.